Hey, what's up? Hey, thank y'all for stopping by the house, man. Appreciate that. Hey, y'all, come on in. Come on in, have a seat. Sit down, man. Chop it up with me for a minute. I got a spare second. But yeah, this is Rough House Boxing TV. I am that boy Box. And want to talk a little bit today about some statements that Eddie Hearns made towards towards Deontay Wilder. Um, a couple days ago, I ran across an article. I was just Googling through boxing news and ran across this article that was published in UK a UK website called Express. And for anybody that wants to know, the email address is www.express.co.uk. And the name of the article is Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn obliterates Deontay Wilder as Tyson Fury fight draws closer. So that's Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn obliterates Deontay Wilder as Tyson Fury fight draws closer. All right. So I scrolled through the article, read through, and as I was reading, there was one particular section that stood out to me. So y'all bear with me as I read this because I don't want to misquote or give any wrong information. So these are quotes from Eddie Hearn. Says, and Hearn can't quite understand why the Bronze Bomber said no to the fights. He was referring to the two-fight deal that Eddie Hearns offered to fight Dillian White and Chisora, and along with the potential fight against Anthony Joshua. So, and it goes on. This is where Eddie Hearn is speaking, and it's quoted. So, quote, Wilder has lost the plot at the moment, Hearn said of the Alabama native in an interview with Boxing News. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got a team of people around him that can't pay him any money. We're offering him a load of money, and he thinks I'm an a-hole, expletive. So he doesn't really want to deal with me. But when he realizes I'm paying him 3 or 4 times more than anybody else, but now I can put it on a plate. You've got Dillian White, you've got Derek Chisora. He might look at Del Boy and go, I'll have Del Boy. Imagine Wilder against Chisora at the O2. It goes on to say Wilder is currently in negotiations to face Fury in December, about which would be the biggest heavyweight contest of the year. Notice that the publication said Wilder is currently in negotiations to face Fury in December, about which would be the biggest heavyweight contest of the year. It didn't say Anthony Joshua versus Povetkin. That fight has been in the books. It's scheduled to happen next month. They didn't say that fight was going to be the biggest fight of the year. This publication, Express, from the UK, said that Wilder versus Fury in December would be the biggest heavyweight contest of the year. So that's coming from that side of the pond. That's not just us screaming that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else in here of note and of relevance that was said by Hearns? Well, they go on to quote Tyson Fury in here, and I'll read this. It says, and according to Fury, a deal to see him fight the Olympic bronze medalist, Deontay Wilder, has almost been finalized. And they quoted Fury as saying, it's 99% done as far as I'm concerned. There's no arguments over money, splits, promoters, nothing, he told Sky Sports. This is how real men do it. We do the business. Straight to it. No messing around. No hiding from the big fights. If you are good enough, you're good enough. If you're not, forget about it. Go home. I will outbox him and then I'll stop him. He's never fought anyone like me ever. But old Tyson Fury, who went to Germany to dethrone the legendary Klitschko, will go to Las Vegas and dethrone the WBC champion Deontay Wilder. End quote. So that's Fury, pubbing and pumping up the potential fight between he and Wilder. Now I want to go back to the quotes that Eddie Hearn said. When he said that Deontay has lost the plot at the moment and said he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, first off, you got to realize that Eddie Hearn is an ultra version, an Uber ultra car salesman. That's exactly what he is. He's gonna take whatever it is he's trying to sell you, whether it's an inferior product or not, and he's gonna dress it up, he's gonna polish it up and shine it up and make it seem like the best thing since sliced bread. And he's gonna try to offer it to you and make you think that it's much more than it really is. Now, he said he's got a team of people around him that can't pay him any money. All right, so let's think about that. Excuse me. Who has Deontay Wilder surrounded himself with? Al Hammond, who is notably the Zeus of the Mount Olympus of boxing. That guy, in terms of managing fighters, helping to make fights happen, getting fighters paid what they should be paid, and in some cases more than they would normally get through other promotional companies and things like that and other deals. He's got Shelly Finkel, who's done multiple decades of management and work in the fight game. Steven Espinoza, Showtime. Deontay Wilder has been a fighter on Showtime for the last few years. I'm not exactly sure when he began fighting on Showtime, but he's been loyal to Showtime ever since, and Showtime's been loyal to him. And he is one of the crown jewels. He, meaning Deontay Wilder, is one of the crown jewels of Showtime boxing. And these are primarily the people that he surrounds himself with from a business standpoint. You could put Lou DiBella in there. Lou DiBella, who is helping to promote this fight. He's also got a gang of experience in there as well. But we'll just go with the first three that I named. So we have Steven Espinoza, who represents the network, Shelly Finkel, and Al Hammond, who represent the management. That's probably 80 years worth of experience in the boxing game, from the management and promotion side to the broadcasting side. That's a fountain, a wealth of experience, knowledge, expertise. And Eddie Hearn was trying to belittle the circle that Deontay Wilder has around him and says that they can't pay him any money. And once again, I have to go back and I have to cite and source the video that Fanon did, and if y'all still haven't seen that, man, go back and check out the video that Fanon did. I think it was earlier this week, the beginning of the week, maybe the weekend. But no, it was early this week, where he broke down and did a projection of the numbers. And once again, I gotta say, these were not highball numbers. He based the numbers and projections off previous fights. He based the numbers off previous gate sales that were the equivalent, of the fight. He based the numbers off past pay-per-view buys that would be equivalent to this fight. And he projected that off this fight, this upcoming fight between Wilder and Fury, that Wilder could make somewhere in the neighborhood of $40 million, maybe a little bit more than that. And I've heard projections that Fury can come out of the fight somewhere around 20 million. So he's trying to. Eddie Hearn was trying to say in this article that the people around Deontay Wilder can't get him paid. Now, that's straight BS. You know, based off a fight of this magnitude, Deontay is going to get paid, and his opponent is going to get paid. He goes on to say, we're offering him meaning Deontay Wilder, and this is Eddie Hearn speaking, we're offering him a load of money, and he thinks I'm an a-hole, so he doesn't really want to deal with me. Now, first of all, your walk, your talk, your maneuvers, you know, the way you go about doing business with people, in most cases, that forms, shapes, cements the perception and the opinion that they have of you. So if the dealings that you've had with me, you know, we've done business with each other, but the dealings that you've had with me has been full of me giving you lies, double talk, contradictions, you know, fallacies, you know, all of these type of things. I can't come through on what I say I can provide to you. You know, if this is the type of experience that you had with me, then undoubtedly you're going to look at me as somebody that's not trustworthy to do business with again in the future. So that whole negotiation period that Deontay Wilder had with Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua was full of all of those things that I named and probably more. So yeah, so he does think that Eddie Hearn is an a-hole and he doesn't want to deal with him anymore because he knows based off that experience that Eddie Hearn is a snake. You know, Eddie Hearn is a liar. Eddie Hearn is a small fish that's in a big pond now that wants to be a superstar, but like I said, he's just a used car salesman with a couple of commercials out there. And he's milking the publicity from that DAZN deal for everything that he can and putting that out front and wanting people to believe that because I got this deal from DAZN, hey, I'm a major deal. I'm a major player in the fight game. I'm big news. I'm something like a big deal. So you can trust what I say. You know, if DAZN, you know, if you couldn't trust what I say, would DAZN have given me this deal? You know, that's what he's wanting people to buy into. So the fact that he's putting the narrative out there that, once again, and I said this in a video before, I hate to see people run back to that argument about money because that deflects from the argument, the main issue at hand. The main issue at hand is, why won't your boy Anthony Joshua lace up the gloves and fight Deontay Wilder next? All of that rigmarole and all of that whoop-de-whoop that they went through, you know, in those negotiations was all for naught because they meaning Eddie Hearn's Anthony Joshua, had no intention of fighting Deontay Wilder next. So everybody out there that's an AJ protector that had all of these arguments about well, why won't Deontay sign the contract? Why won't Deontay sign the contract? The reason he didn't sign the contract is because he was negotiating for the fight to be the next fight, not after Alexander Povetkin. You know, that was being left out of all of these AJ fanboys. That was being left out of their defense because you know what? They were under the impression too that the negotiation was being made for the fight to be next. So, you know, and then it turned out that wasn't the case. So they had to put their cape and their tighties on, their one-piece suit, and throw on their superhero costume. And once again, they had to hold AJ high and try to protect him and defend him, you know, like they were Superman or X-Man or something like that. But it's crazy, man. And uh, remember this phrase: repetitive suggestion. Repetitive suggestion. If I say something to you enough, and you don't take it upon yourself to fact check and dig up the information for yourself, you'll start to believe that it's true. So one of the main arguments, one of the main points of discussion early in the Wilder Joshua discussions was the A side and how much money AJ makes and how many pay-per-view buys that AJ has and all of this. But AJ's supposed to be making $20 million a fight. That's what Hearn said. He said AJ was making $20 million a fight. If that is the case, and AJ was making all of that money, number one, why is Matchroom losing all of these purse bids back to back to back to back lately? Why are their purse bids been 800,000? The last purse bid that they just lost for the Maurice Hooker's Alex Salido fight, they doubled that. They went up to 1.55 million and lost. But Eddie's got access to $1 billion DAZN deal, remember? So the one champion that he's got, signed to this DAZN deal, he couldn't get him a home fight. He couldn't swoop in and get that purse bid to make sure that fight was broadcast with a crowd that was pro Hooker. He couldn't do that. He lost the purse bid by somewhere between $70,000 and $100,000. He couldn't come up with an extra $70,000 to $100,000 to ensure that fight was going to be in a pro Hooker crowd, in a pro Hooker area vicinity. That dude is a front. Y'all listen to me when I tell you that dude is a front. He talks all of this whoop-de-whoop about how much money he has and how he was going to overpay fighters in the beginning and all of these things. And he's going to take over the American boxing market and, put down his flag and plant it in the American boxing soil. And we're not seeing any of that. Any of that. Now, off the rip, Dana White is gonna crush him when that Conor McGregor fight happens versus Khabib. He's gonna crush Eddie Hearn. And if I'm not mistaken, I gotta do some more research. But if I'm not mistaken, Matchroom had that date set for the fight card in Chicago, and then Dana White, who had previous dealings with Eddie Hearns and felt slighted and disrespected in those dealings, came along afterwards and said, okay, that's how you gonna be? All right, well, I got something for you. Conor McGregor, same night. Conor's return. Gonna smash that boy. I mean, crush Matchroom. DAZN, they're gonna be looking at Eddie Hearns like, really? Really? What happened to these big fights that you promised? Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say this. I believe they're going to get a pass. They meaning Eddie Hearns and Matchroom. They're going to get a pass for the Chicago fight date that's going down in September. What they were really counting on, what they were just hoping and praying would happen, is that they will be able to get Deontay Wilder to accept those disrespectful, bogus contract negotiations and terms and go ahead and sign the deal so they would have that big fight between Wilder and Joshua in April. That's what they were hoping for. And that was going to be the big unveiling for the DAZN deal, for the DAZN broadcast here in America. That fight in April. But then Tyson Fury swept in. He swooped in and picked up the ball when Eddie and AJ dropped it. So, in my humble opinion as a broke YouTuber, this will be my hypothetical progressive plan for Deontay Wilder. And I've said this before in another video, but I'll reiterate it. It should be Tyson Fury coming up in December. Another Tyson Fury Wilder fight in May. Now, the WBA has already mandated that AJ has to fight Dillian Whyte, after he's done with Povetkin. So, and I think Eddie Hearn's negotiated that deal so that, because he knew that that Wilder wasn't going to fight him in April. Wilder's washed his hands of him and said he's done with him. All right. Now, after that, after the second Tyson Fury fight, he should fight, what's my man? Dominic Brazil. There's bad blood going on there. They can build that up into something big because of the out of the ring rigmarole and all of that. And now after that Dillian Whyte fight and Dillian Whyte and AJ fight in April, who does AJ fight? Is he gonna fight Luis Ortiz? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. If he does, he's gonna lose. But who is he gonna fight? Big question mark. Now, after Wilder stretches Dominic Brazil, he can fight Luis Ortiz again. So there you're going to have 4 major meaningful fights in a row for Deontay Wilder. And if he wins all of those fights, and he wins them all in spectacular fashion, that's going to do nothing but help further cement his legacy as the best heavyweight in this era of heavyweight boxing. So like I said, who is AJ going to fight during that fourth? We know 2 of the people. It's going to be Povetkin and it's going to be Dillian Whyte. But after that, who is AJ going to fight that's meaningful, that's going to help elevate and cement his legacy? He's going to be back to rummaging around in the trash can, in the dumpster, looking for tomato cans to beat up on. But people have seen him fight Chisora and Parker and Takam and all of those boys. He might throw Big Baby Miller in the mix, but Big Baby Miller is nothing special, nothing at all. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on, man. But I just want to say, and I thank all of you for rocking with me so far. I know it's been a short journey so far, but we're still grinding. We're still growing. All of the subs that are subbed to my channel, man, I thank you. I appreciate you, man. I'm humbled by the fact that you would even, take a few minutes out of your busy day to listen to what I have to say. But, yeah, that's what it is. Shout out to the whole LDBC, from the General 78 on down, man. Blood Boxing Returns, salute. Black Fight Fan, salute. Blue Blood Sports, salute. Cali Enigma in the Boxing Clinic, salute. World Breaker Fighting, Junior the Truth, salute. Beverly Rose, Miss Fight Fanatic, salute. Marlowe's Corner, salute. There's so many. I can't even think. Scrapbook Boxing, salute. Ticket TV, salute. Santi, salute. There's so many, man. I don't even know them all. There's so many. But Ashley's Corner, salute. I know there's a ton of them that I'm missing and I'm overlooking, man. If I overlook you, some of the new cats, 89 TV, salute. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Carl Burrell, CBTV, hey, salute. The boys that have been putting it down, whether it's been a day or a million days, it doesn't matter, man. Salute to you. And, we appreciate y'all for staying on the grind and keeping your foot on the neck of all these people that are wanting to disrespect and abuse and misuse and undervalue and unappreciate the boxing fans out there. We want to see the best fight the best. We want to see the boxing fan that pays for tickets, that pays for cable provider service that pays for pay-per-views. We want to see everybody be treated with dignity and respect and get the best product put out there for their dollar, you know. But that's what it is. Make sure you go over there to ldbcsports.com. I got tongue tied. Make you a profile, while you're over there. It's absolutely free. You get good content over there. Plus, you'll get news and alerts about upcoming features and events from the LDBC. And keep your ears and your eyes open for that LDBC app that's coming pretty soon. Make you a profile over there so you can get the alerts about when that app's going to drop. What else? Jump over there to shopfightfan.com. Get you some of that good merch from that boy Black Fight Fan TV. Marlo's Corners got merch. Who else? I want to say Ticket TV's got merch. Whoever, man. It's a plethora of stuff out there, and I know something out there will suit your fancy, man. Something to look good for you to rock wherever you're going out. Something to look good for your girl to sport, whenever she's going out, when y'all out and about. But that's what it is, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share it to your social media platforms. Hey, tell a friend. Just tell one friend. Tell one friend about the house, man. Tell them to stop by Rough House Boxing TV. And yes, this is Rough House Boxing TV. I am that boy Box. And is there anything else? Nah, that's it. So y'all can go and get out the house now. Jill.